Hello, welcome to my teacher recruitment and retention plan for East Grand School District located in Granby, Colorado. One of the challenges with recruitment and retention for teachers is housing in our county. The median rent in Grand County is roughly $1,024 per month per person. In 2019 and 2020, the base salary for novice teachers was just over $37,000 a year. After taxes, insurance, PERA, and any other paycheck deductions, most novice teachers take home less than $24,000 per month. Based on the median rent, a person who brings home less than $3,400 per month is considered rent overburdened, or basically anyone whose rent is 30% or more of their monthly take-home pay is considered rent overburdened. And so that makes housing incredibly expensive for new teachers in our district. Additionally, the average home price is just over $400,000. And so trying to be a first-time homeowner in East Grand School District is also challenging. The second challenge with recruitment and retention is affordable access to local activities. Skiing at Winter Park you need to purchase an Icon base pass, which is $700 per year, or an Icon full pass, which is about $950 per year. Golf at local courses, the average cost is around $100 for 18 holes or $600 for a season pass. Many of our restaurants and our bars are incredibly expensive, and other local flair activities like visiting the hot springs, going to the rec center, mountain biking at Winter Park or Granby Ranch is also pretty expensive for new teachers. So all of these activities make it incredibly expensive to live here. However, new teachers move up here because of access to these activities. The impact of these challenges. For housing, it's really difficult to find one-bedroom apartments or cabins to rent, and so you often have to have roommates, or you need to have a spouse or significant other to live with. If you do have a spouse, that spouse also needs to have an income to help afford housing, and finding two incomes can be challenging. Two affordable incomes can be challenging. Renters make more money with short-term rentals rather than long-term. So many of the short-term rental options the long-term rental options have turned to short-term rentals over the last few years. Additionally, first-time home buyers struggle to come up with the down payment because of the high cost of your average home. And then affordable access to local activities. Our novice teachers report that they move here because of our rural district and access to the skiing and the summer activities. But there's no discount for season passes to any of the areas for teachers. And there's no discount for any activities for teachers. And so teachers very rarely get to experience these activities unless they work a second job to pay for it and get access as a benefit. So for example, a lot of teachers work at Winter Park on the weekends so that they have a second job for some fun money to pay for activities, and they get a free season pass to Winter Park. Salaries and other compensation are the number one reason why teachers leave the profession. New teachers earn 20% less than individuals in other careers with college degrees, and then that gap widens to 30% or more as they get later into their careers. However, 23% of teachers who have left the profession say they would return if there were housing incentives. And then every time we lose a new teacher, the district loses an average of $20,000 from all the training and time that was invested in that new teacher. So I have recommendations for housing as part of my plan. And a lot of this came from a conversation that our superintendent had with all of the novice teachers in our district about things that would make housing not only affordable, but also a place that they would want to live and help keep them tied to the district. And so two of their suggestions were tiny homes or an apartment building that has about 6 to 8 apartments or 6 to 8 tiny homes that have a variety of bedroom configurations. And the key thing to this is that there are some common or shared areas where teachers can hang out together and get to socialize, and that smaller bedrooms were fine if the common areas and the kitchen areas were larger. And it needs to be affordable, and their definition of affordable was $700 a month or less with all utilities included. Additionally, they need to have space for all of their gear, so bikes, skis, rafts, kayaks, all the stuff that comes with living in Grand County. And then close to schools and public transportation is a plus. So some of the research that's been done on this, Indianapolis has a teacher's village that offers 2 and 3 bedroom homes at below market prices, and has been able to keep this housing affordable in high cost of living areas. Vail, Arizona is another district that provided 14 acres of its land and then linked teachers up with a builder of tiny homes. And so the homes are customizable and the mortgage is about $400 or $500 per month. So both of those situations would work well in our county. We have a developer that has been interested in building a apartment building near our schools that would offer 1, 2, or 3 bedroom solutions, apartments for teachers to rent and keep it affordable if the district subsidized it. And then additionally, we do have land that tiny homes could be put on if that was a different solution the district wanted to try. So recommendations for affordable access to local activities. The district can work with all of our local entities to provide discounted passes for everything. Teachers do get to ski free on Fridays, but that's often not enough. They would really like to have an Icon pass so they can ski not only at Winter Park, but at other ski resorts in Colorado. And then discounted season passes for golf, mountain bike lift access, the hot springs, the Fraser Valley Rec Center, all of those, if there was a slight discount, would make them more accessible for our younger teachers. One of the other options is for the district to purchase several Grand Foundation Gold passes. And those are passes that employers can buy, and then they loan them out to employees on a daily basis, and it allows access to activity. So each pass is $1,500, and it gives unlimited access to the ski areas, Fraser Valley Rec, the hot springs, and then has some passes for golf and other local attraction sites. Many of the local businesses in our community have those for their employers, but our district does not. Additionally, the district can work with local entities to help hire teachers on the weekend, but provide competitive pay. One of the big problems is that if you choose to work at Wendy's or McDonald's, their starting pay is $14 per hour, but starting pay at Winter Park is more like $11 per hour. So even though you get the season pass, it's not a comparable pay. And then one of the other suggestions teachers had for our superintendent was to provide meals for teachers to incentivize them to stay after school and participate in events. Meals and food were a big thing for our younger teachers to keep them tied to the community and give them an opportunity to socialize with others. And then here are the references for this research. And then I want to end my my presentation by talking about one young teacher we had who moved up here 3 years ago with like $100 in his pocket, and he started working in August, and our pay date, however, is not until September. So his first paycheck didn't come until September 20th, which is when our pay date is. And I can tell you, I think one of the things that kept him in our community was that all of our other teachers pitched in and helped provide food and paid for gas so he could get back and forth between work and school that first month until he got paid. But that was an additional hardship that the district probably needs to consider in the future with our newly graduated teachers that come up and have never had a job before and need to wait several weeks before they can work or get paid for their work.